Hi, Bernice. Hi, Bernice. Hi, Dr. Divgi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Great, great. Bernice, love the hairdo. Nice.
It's very natural.
So happy summer.
Happy summer.
I think today is officially the solstice.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is.
First day.
Nice.
Been a call to Chris.
And the end of the Mercury retrograde, which created so many problems. I'm still dealing with it. Like this presentation, I don't know how it comes across. I'm gonna share the screen, but decided all at once to just have those funny waves. It looks like a telegram. I never seen anything like that. So like all these funny things with technology during Mercury retrograde. All right, here's Gary. So yeah, tell me how you're welcoming summer.
Me, I go swimming. That's how I welcome summer. We only have, 3 months here really of good weather. And so I make the most of it, try to go to the beach as often as possible, try to get into the pool as much as possible. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Those are my summers.
We support that. And water is very healing, very healing. And we see water behind Gary's backdrop. So you get some water and you get some valleys and greens from me. You get best of both worlds. And how are you gonna welcome summer, Dr. Divgi?
I'm gardening.
Perfect.
I'm enjoying my gardening and I'm looking forward to the harvest I can get.
Yeah, it's indoor, right? Indoor?
It's in the patio, so it is outdoor.
Outdoor. Wow, so on the East
Container, but outdoor.
Yeah, I too hot here, so for outdoor right now. I think the only things that grow are melons and squash, cantaloupes. That's it. Everything else too hot. But good. I know you're in a much kinder climate, so enjoy. Very nice, very nice. Lots of fresh produce, and yeah, I don't understand why. Australians count the season at the beginning of the month. I don't know if it's an easier way to calculate it, or is it because of the latitude and the way Earth spins? I mean, not an astronomer.
Good question. I don't know. I suspect because it's easier at the change of a month.
Yeah, for simple reasons, right? Yeah. Okay, great. So for you, gentlemen, welcome, Michael. Happy summer from the Northern Hemisphere. Happy new season, winter. How are you welcoming the new season?
You mean down south? You go, Gary.
Rugging up.
What are you doing?
Rugging up. It's cold. It's 3 degrees here at the moment.
Oh.
Celsius.
Celsius, yeah. So basically 0 Fahrenheit. Wow. Okay, yeah. So I hope you have some hot tea or something hot cocoa.
I have some coffee.
There you go. Cheers, everybody. Where's your beverage? Bring your beverages during our sessions. Cheers. There's a lot of toast. There you go, Dr. Varada. Where's your beverage? All right, good. You go get it. Good. All right, good stuff. So let's just debrief. Let's debrief your last week of Mercury retrograde. My goodness. Okay, so let's share one win. Let's share one win, everybody. So let's start with Bernice.
Okay, so my win I guess this is a funny win, but it was a win for me. I did take an exam to get certified for health coaching. I got the results back and I failed one part of the test and I have to retake it. For me, the win was that I'm okay with it. I'm not, upset or frustrated. I have to wait 30 days to retake it. I'm going to retake it in 30 days. And that's it. I think my win is learning that it's okay to not pass everything or have an easy time of it all the time. Some things in my life are very easy. Some things in my life come a little harder. But in the end, I just keep going and eventually I get it. So that's my win for the week.
That's a very mature approach. Very mature approach. I love the maturity. I have to say I'm not always like that. We are always trying to win. We must win at all costs. I remember I did fail my comp, which is a major test during a PhD, and I was ready to sue the university to kill the chair. And yeah, I did not take that well. So I'm glad that you are being a classy lady, very elegant, and with all your beautiful dignity and elegant. Good job. And let's hear from Gary.
A win for me this week was a little different as well, in a different form. I received a phone call from my brother, who happened to be out having a drink with someone that I went to university 35 years ago. And so we had a call and a chat, and he put me in contact with someone else in our group at university that I haven't seen for a very long time. So yeah, that was interesting, and bit of reminiscing on the phone. So yeah, that was very pleasant.
Oh, good. Did that university fellow accomplish what you thought he or she would accomplish?
Yeah, we did more reminisce about what we remembered from university days rather than talking about life. But that's the next part of the process, is to catch up and share what we've done.
Yes, that's great. That's really good, very nice, very nice. Sometimes we judge too fast, and I'm guilty of that too. So I in school, early on in school, well, I'll say like the end of high school, beginning of university, I was voted, I'm serious, I was voted least likely to succeed, least likely, because I just was going through a period of rebellion and I'll pick up any fight I could. I'm not saying that was that was not a good strategy, and I was penalized for it. And I finally learned the lesson. When I meet with all the schoolmates, they're like, "Wow, look at you! How far you've gone. We didn't think you would." And so that's interesting, and so I know you always got to give people a second chance, sometimes even a third one, because there is always hope. All right, good job. Thank you for that great story, Gary. And Michael.
I was just trying to work out which win I'd tell you about. I've actually got 5 big wins. I'd been out of work. My van had been down. We'd had lockdown. I was really low on delivering on jobs. I've still got a couple of really overdue big jobs. So I got 2 huge jobs done. Gary will know Coburg's quite away from where I am. And I headed over the other side of town yesterday with my platform ladder and did 3 hours of hedge cutting. And I've been promising that one for 5 weeks.
Yes.
So 2 jobs off my list. But where I've got all my plants stored down the road, he unfortunately got admitted to hospital, the chap that owns the house. He's in the mid-70s. Mm-hmm. He got out of hospital with a bit of a health warning. Mm-hmm. Interesting, after our last session was on health. And we cleaned up all of his house, vacuumed it all, cleaned it. It was messy. He couldn't even walk around, and he can't walk well. So we cleaned up the house, and it's just been a fabulous week. But I've been feeling challenged all week, but it's been head down, and I've just got so much done. So the to-do list is much smaller, and I think it's been a great week for getting a lot done. And as Gary says, it's freezing here now, so can't start work comfortably till at least 10 a.m.
Yes. Okay, you're making the best and adjusting and being flexible. Great win and great. Thank you for sharing, and great for having multiplied that win. Keep it up, okay? Happy new season. And Dr. Divgi with your new beverage. Let's see it.
It just water.
Good job, the healthiest.
Yeah. My win is my younger brother. He had come over and he showed that he's harboring some issues and was very hurting from that. And I was able to help him at least alleviate some of that hurt.
Yeah.
Gave him some guideline on my program I had created, Reclaim Yourself.
Yes.
And sent him, I told him, I said, he can share only if he wants to, but I know how he thinks. So I think if I provide him the table or the sessions and what all things he has to cover,
Yeah.
he can do the homework himself. But I was proud of him that one, that he acknowledged he's having trouble.
Yes.
Two, he was open to learn about the program. And three, he went through the things.
Mhm.
Because 2 or 3 days later, he called me, he's saying, hey, how do I go from here? So I was very happy for that. And that is my biggest win, because we were 5 siblings.
Yeah.
Only 2 of us are alive, and he's very close to me. I always watched out for him. He knew all my friends. He knows all my friends. And there is a different bond, but it's not very easy because both of us are pretty headstrong, and we know each one's strengths, but we also know each one's challenges. And all I take the approach is that he knows I love him and I know he loves me, but I do not tell him what to do. I just suggest.
Good idea.
Whether he does or not, the ball in his court.
Yeah.
So, but I was happy that he did all those 3 things. I was very happy.
Oh, that's nice. Nice, loving suggestions. There are ways to express things, right?
And that's probably my biggest win of the year so far.
That's great.
To get him over the hump.
Well done. Bravo, bravo. Yeah. Great. Keep that up. And congratulate with your brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Veron.
Well, since we are talking, some of us are talking about classmates and the times before, I have a classmate who was very popular in school at the time, and then but however she had some setback, and then she became a bit like a hermit and stopped communicating with all of us. But somehow after this COVID, somehow she it's probably just last week, she decided she will come out and talk to us again, connect with all of our old schoolmates, because we have a group. The schoolmate has a group.
Yes.
And she's been on her own for the last 30 years. We haven't talked to her. Now she decides she will come in and join us. And so I think today she's just writing something on WhatsApp. So that is quite interesting to see an old friend again.
You motivated her to come out of her shell. Fantastic. Maybe she'll be able to even help you with some of your ventures. Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah. Okay, great. Good job, everybody. So Give yourself lots of love to start the new season nice, strong, and lovingly. Okay, so today we will be focusing on relations. So relationgroupcoaching.com. relationgroupcoaching.com. If you ever want to invite anybody who is, wants support with it. So relationships to me is extremely vital and necessary in life, because some people say, oh, don't work with your friends. Well, guess what? Why wouldn't you want to help your friends? Isn't it more fun to work with somebody who's friendly? Of course. If somebody's going to misbehave, it's going to misbehave whether they're your friends or not, I think. And maybe they're less likely to misbehave if they're closer to you. So hopefully they want the best for you and you want the best for them. So, like all this saying, don't mix business and pleasure. I think if all parties are mature enough and you establish the boundaries and quote unquote the guidelines at the beginning, it's going to be a successful relation. So I do always recommend in business you don't have to call it contract, an agreement, a written agreement, so there is no confusion. So in my opinion, everything comes from relations, because we are humans, we're gregarious. So business comes from relations, money comes from relations, new opportunities come from relations, and investments come from relations. So cultivate them strategically. Time is the biggest commodity we have. So it's not easy to be able to cultivate all relations. I'm definitely guilty of that too. So, and it's not that we can really outsource much of the relationship building. Maybe some aspects, such as keep in touch, you could outsource a little bit, but some processes, some experiences, you just have to do them together, on a live dialogue, just like coaching. we cannot coach via email or things like that, right? We have to spend the time, dig deep, and process what's in our heart and mind. So today we'll focus on relations. Are you all ready? So that could be maybe a new relation. I think you're all married, so no new romantic relation. Maybe strengthen some of your existing relations, whether they are romantic or family, maybe some friends, maybe some new relations for business, and always take inventory. If some relations have changed and are not really supporting you, maybe it's time to have a conversation and revisit a few things to improve them. Okay, if they're not working at all and you've already tried everything, I recommend you take some distance. So you're all very smart, so you know what to do. So let's think about your top two relations to, let's just say, focus on. Okay, again, they can be personal, professional, or maybe even spiritual. Not the relationship with yourself, that's basically well-being. Okay, so with others. It can even be a pet, or anything living, can even be, the environment. You could if you wanted to. All right. So just think about who you want to focus on, your top 2 relations. Okay. So I'll give you, is everybody clear on that? Yeah. Okay. So I'll give you some nice music. You're going to do this exercise solo. Don't hold back. The first thing that comes to your mind is always right. Trust your instincts and go. Great. All right. Good job, everybody. Please share yours here so we remember as we move forward. So Bernice, relationship with daughter. You only have one daughter? No?
No, I have 4 daughters.
Oh, wow. Busy mom.
Yeah.
No sons?
I have 4 sons and 4 daughters.
What? You have 8?
Yeah, I have 8 kids.
I did not know that about you. Oh my
Mhm.
God, you must have been pregnant all the times.
All the time, from the age of 20 till the age of 32.
Wow. I did not know that about you. And I've known you for years.
I
So, that's impressive. You wanted, I know. This is funny. You wanted that many kids? You don't have to answer if you don't want.
No, I'll answer it. I'm very honest about it. There was a time during that period of time when I met my husband. I met my husband very young, and my husband and I were very, 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 very religious. And we believed, like our religion taught us, that God wants you to have many, many children. So at that time, that's what we did. We lived in a community where everyone was like us. So there was a lot of peer pressure. And I don't want to get political about why I'm not religious today, but maybe you'll hear a little bit of it in my voice. And so that was the driving force behind it. I think if you believe God wants you to do something, you will do anything, even have 8 kids. But I love them very much. I'm very proud of them. It was not an easy thing to do, and they're all terrific. They really are. So, you know.
Congratulations. Very inspiring. Very inspiring. Yeah, that makes sense. Very good. And what about, can everybody else write your top 2 relations in order right here, please? Very nice. I'm curious, are your kids religious, Bernice?
Yes, because I raised them that way.
All
So
right.
they're religious. The oldest one, not so much, and the youngest one, not so much, but everybody in between, and even they're very traditional, but everybody's very in between. I've got 6 of them that are very religious.
Got
Yep. If you put cocoa in the batter, you're going to get chocolate cake.
right, exactly. You're funny. Veron, new developers, great. What about Dr. Divgi, Michael, mother and brother? Okay, so family for you. Very good. Veron and Gary. University colleague, nice, and grandson. Varada, husband, son, and brother. Beautiful, beautiful. Lots of male attention for you, Dr. Divgi. We gotta, that's testosterone. And but you're the expert in hormones.
They're seeking it badly.
Okay, you balance it off with your estrogen. And let's see what I wanted to ask. How many grandsons do you have, Gary, again? Remind us.
Sorry, 2.
2. Okay. So there is
Yes.
one in particular, right, that you want to focus on?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good job, everybody. All right. So let's hug ourselves, but also let's imagine that we're hugging these people we just mentioned at the same time. Let's send them a virtual hug of loving energy from our heart to theirs. Great. Okay, so this is a powerful exercise. You're now going to imagine these relations being ideal, okay? So I don't want to hear, you're going to do this exercise with your partner. One person will do it with me. So I don't want to hear nice or something vague like that. You really got to go there. If you can think it, it's going to happen. If you cannot imagine it, it's going to be harder to actualize it, okay? So go there with all of the senses. How many senses do we have? That we know of? 6, right? So I think, how many senses? So go there with the
6.
audio, the smell, taste. What are the other ones? Tactile, or kinesthetic. Help me out here. The view. What's the other one?
Hearing.
Audio, yeah. I don't know, is there another one? Maybe the other one is your intuition, your heart, okay?
Yeah, intuition.
So that means like go there. What do you hear them saying? What are you telling them? What are you talking about? You know, where are they? What are you seeing? Where are they? Where are you at? You know, what do you smell around you? Are you eating something, drinking something? You know, describe it. And tactile, are you hugging? Are you experiencing some new activity together? Go there and describe it. There is no right or wrong. Okay. What do you see? And don't hold back. Is everybody clear on it? Okay, so this is NLP, which is different than coaching, but let's use all the tools we got in our toolbox, and then hopefully some will work out better than others. So, all right. All right, so Veron, you stay here with me, and everybody else, do it with your partner and enjoy. Vámonos. Great. Perfect. All right, Veron. So go ahead and describe this ideal relation with your developers. Maybe if you have one in mind to start with that could help the exercise, one or two.
Yeah.
If not, yeah, do your best. Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, they're new, you know, I only know them last week. So I don't really know them. I haven't seen them yet, but they both suggest a meeting, a coffee.
Yeah.
Which I haven't said yes yet.
In person?
But
in person.
Huh?
In person, a coffee in person.
Yeah, in person, yeah.
Nice.
So they're quite friendly, but what I think of is because they are developer, they have experience in building, in development.
Yes.
And so it's good, you know, they're open to like joint venture and things like broad experience. So third thing is to get to know them more, to know them more about their work.
Sure.
Yeah, about their work and their knowledge and their experience, and then what they are willing to what are they looking for, you know, what they're looking for, and what they're willing to do, you know, what they're willing to like you know, like one person suggests, okay, maybe he's open to joint venture, etc. But so you have to see, you know, what kind of area they want to do and how open they are and what kind of a project that can work together.
Yeah.
But it's good to have them on board, you know, because if there's some other, if I have some other deal or project, I can always talk to them. So I want to get to know them better and build a more friendly relationship than just now, you know, because now we don't really know each other. So that is it. I think a meeting will be ideal, and but the problem is because of this, they're both in central London.
Yeah.
And the problem now is, of course, because of the restriction now at the moment. Yeah.
Still, right? Okay, gosh.
Yeah.
What are the restrictions still?
Yeah, no, you probably can go out, but it's on outdoor, you know.
Outdoor. Okay, but that should
Yeah.
be possible because it's nice and warm, right?
No, it's cold now.
It's cold? It's cold in June?
Yeah, it's cold. It's only 12 degrees now.
Wow.
It's gone back down. And like last week was warm.
That's,
It's rainy and cold this week.
yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I waited a while because they just extend the restriction. They just extend 4 more weeks
Yeah. Okay.
to to July. So I waited a while, you know, when things is good, then I can suggest to meet them up in
Yeah,
London.
but
Yeah.
I bet you, I mean, don't they have heaters outside, like mushroom lamps or heater lamps?
He does some in central London. They have in some outdoor place. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can suggest those places, or if somebody has a patio at their own house, if they're okay with that, you know, outside maybe with the heater. Yeah. Okay, just some idea.
No, it has to be a public place. Yeah. But said they don't know me. I don't know them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, so that's great. And how did you meet these developers?
And we belong to a group, you know, one property group, because I got two deals from another guy, and
Yes.
and I posted there, and then they reply. That's it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, have some things to post on it. It's good ideas, because then you attract some interest, even. And whether they do it or not, you know, at least I got to talk to them and know them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. That's great though. Like you'll find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
it's probably going to be warmer pretty soon, if not already. And these restrictions are going to be lifted, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's probably another month, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So there is
Because
no,
the infection is high at the moment, so it's not really, it's a bit risky to go out. Yeah.
still cases, huh?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Cases gone up again, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's difficult to,
Variant, right?
probably not worth the risk going out yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Are people getting vaccinated?
They are. Yeah. They're pushing it. That's why, you know, they want to stop the restrict. They don't want to release the restriction yet. They want to get more people vaccinated first. Yeah.
Yeah. And people who are not in over there, you can just use Zoom, right? Do you have some people from out of town?
Yeah, you use Zoom. Yeah.
Exactly. You can
Yeah.
use Zoom for these local as well.
Oh yeah, I can Zoom them. You know, that way we see each other, isn't it? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's a good idea. Yeah.
And let them speak, ask a lot of questions, get to know
Yeah.
one another. I think that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a Zoom meeting. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Good job. I'm excited for you. Things are picking
Yeah, that's a good development, actually. Yeah. I didn't think about doing that before. Yeah.
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 Great. Great. Okay. And then wonderful. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Did you let your imagination go wild?
I think we both went in our chat to cool places that were really quite deep.
Lovely. Very nice. Very nice. Feel free to do these exercises anytime you want. Okay. Take one of my real estate mentors used to say, take a mini vacation, a mini getaway vacation throughout the day and go places, right? Mentally, just go there. Maybe while you're soaking your feet in some mineral bath or like salt, like mineral salt or something. Yeah, just close your eyes, unplug from the phone and computer and go somewhere. I do that. I'll do that. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes I even do it when I'm on Zoom like this. You don't see my feet, so I soak them. Just gave you one of my secrets. All right, good job, Michael. All right, lots of love. Let's strategize. The how, okay? How are we going to get to this ideal level of relating to these people you have identified? Okay, so be creative. As Veron was saying, you know, England, they still have cases, and so there's a lot of restrictions still. Australia, you know, had restrictions last week, they're lifting them. So anyway, but there are still ways, you know, thanks to technology, to relate to others. Look at us, you know, we're thousands of miles away, tens of thousands, and we still feel like we're next door, right? We communicate very well visually as well. So there's always a way, but let's see perhaps if there is any other activity that's permitted in your geographical area that maybe you would like to explore with these people. Of course, you're gonna need to make sure they're okay with that, but give them some ideas, okay? And go. Who do we lose? Oh, did we lose Dr. Divgi? She okay? Maybe she'll come back. Okay. Great. Okay. So, Bernice, looks like you're ready to share.
Okay. Yeah. So my plan is to well, I want to improve my relationship with my daughter. So my plan is to call her. And I in the past was like satisfied with just texting or leaving a message, but on this particular work that we're doing here today, because I really want to get in touch with her, I'm going to call her until I reach her. So I'll call her. If she doesn't answer, I'll call her again. I keep calling until I get a hold of her.
Good for you. She's playing hard to get, huh?
I'm tough.
You're tougher. Exactly. Good job. Okay. Have a nice conversation. Great. And who else would like to share?
Okie dokes. Looks like I need to say something.
Sure.
We'll be talking about the method that we're going, or the way we're going to look at this relationship a bit, yeah?
Yeah.
My mother and brother both live in rural Victoria. One is in Benalla and the other is in Wangaratta. They're about 3 hours drive. It's been a no-go zone with restrictions on Melbourne. And my mum really needs a lot of work. She's on her own. She's in her late 70s or something. And yeah, we don't see eye to eye very much. There's a lot of love, but not much compatibility. And it's not even in what we're into. We're both into food, gardens, everything the same, music, but still some issue. So she thinks I'm, overbearing. And so she gets some preemptive strikes up on me, right? She does things that are passive aggressive from before I've even arrived. And the way everything is all passive aggressive and nicey nice talk. So all I've got to do is get the strength, go up there, do what she does. Say, look, don't worry about having a deep chat. Let's have a cup of tea and I'll get out in the garden and clean it up, which I'll do with the chainsaw and everything. So I'll do a day's hard work and she'll be all smiles. And I'll go and see my brother on the same trip, which I sometimes don't do because it's a long way, but there's an hour between them. So I might make it 2-3 days, go up, fix them all up, make sure they're happy, come down. Look, to be honest, it's too much psychology to turn it into anything other than smiles all around, a couple of ticks in boxes, but it's a bit overdue.
All right, sounds good. Have a wonderful, safe trip, and maybe you connect from there next week. Yeah.
Could be if I'm up there. If I go up, I'll take my computer to make sure that I'll be able to do coaching, and it won't force my schedule of the trip. Yeah, cool.
Lovely. Okay, very good. Very good, Michael. All right. Welcome back, Dr. Divgi.
Yeah, I just got dropped. I don't know why.
That's okay. You found a way. You probably clicked the wrong button, or maybe it's Mercury retrograde, playing tricks on us. So great. So I hope you all have a strategy. Dr. Divgi, you just got on. Did you think of a way to strengthen those relations with husband, son, and brother?
Yeah, I usually talk and get it out, communicate, and then do it together.
Okay, so set up a talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. Separate or together?
Separate.
Okay, great. All right. So because relations do involve others, then we can propose something to them. And then, of course, this is not coercion or dictatorship. So we need their, although we can be strong in our suggestion, we need their consensus as well to make things happen. So so let's look at your calendar and see what you can propose to them by when. Okay, and please write. I want everybody to write in the chat box. Okay, and look at your calendar and start. Good job, everybody. Great work. Okay, so Gary, enjoy that call on Wednesday. Michael, okay, July, second week of July, right? Second or third week, excellent. Plan it out. So
Yeah, it's a matter of being, it's a matter of not making excuses. It's a bit of a time hit. So I've just got to have enough time to get things under control, knowing that I have to not work in that time.
beautiful. Great. Beach time for Dr. Divgi with her husband. Love is in the air. Very romantic. And Bernice, she knows the habits of her spring chickens, right? Chicklets. Very good. So ducklings, that sounds better. So Michael, very nice. Okay. And Veron, yeah, Zoom meeting while England gets up to speed with the rest of the world with these post-COVID new protocols. We're rooting for them. All right, good job, everybody. These deserve some nice rewards that you can share with them if you want to, or just keep for themselves or keep for themselves. What is it gonna be? So for me, I learned a new sport. Can you believe it? It's called paddle. I think it's paddle or paddle. Boarding. It's so much fun. And I'll share it with whomever wants to share it. If not, I'll do it by myself. There you go. If you were local, I would invite you to come paddle board with me. And when you visit, now that things are reopened, it's all open here. There you go. We'll do a coaching session on a paddle board. How's that? That's a new experience. Okay.
Awesome.
And by the way, we'll have to do that. We'll have to do that in Italy next, in 13 months next year. So I'm giving you advance notice. On the lake is so much easier than the ocean, right? Because it's still no major waves, so it's pretty easy. All right, let's see what you got. Bernice, time with daughter. Beautiful, beautiful. She sounds like, she's like me, not a morning person. So, walk on the beach, over sunrise and or sunsets, even more romantic, beautiful, beautiful. We can never get enough sunsets or sunrise, right? That's something that never gets old, the power of the planets and the stars. Gary, games with grandchildren. Oh, you're gonna have to share those games, okay, with us. Very good, fun. Good job, everybody. Michael, on time. Very good, very good. Okay, so next week we will wrap up the month, quarter, and semester all together. And then I'll remind you about the mastermind, which is going to be the week after, right? Yeah. And that's gonna be with my own marketer. So hopefully he will be able, he has an accent, but you're used to accents by now with me. It's going to be all about marketing tips that are current, you know, because marketing, like anything, has evolved, obviously, with COVID. So hopefully those tips can help your businesses, all of your businesses. So looking forward. If you want to sign up, and please feel free to invite anybody you want. For now, they're still free. Okay, so take advantage. Anybody who could benefit, and you can sign up at intercontinentalmastermind.com, intercontinentalmastermind.com. All right, so Michael, time on your own. Good job, everybody. Great. So good job. Well done. If you want to share maybe one new learning or a feeling that you're from today, feel free to use the chat box. If you want to speak out loud, I'll be around after this session, and just let us know. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Great work. Have a grand finale for this month, quarter, and semester. You're loved. Ciao, belli.
Have a great week, everyone.
You too. Thank you. Enjoy your grandchildren.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, sure. Yes, I couldn't be there, Michael. I was I at that time I had no internet access. So tell us how did it go? It went.
Oh, it was good. It was worth doing. You know, I put aside the half an hour. It was pretty early, similar to this sort of time zone.
Yeah.
And last Friday, so they gave me a call following up from the mastermind, and I profiled the business. I mean, I don't know whether they were disappointed. I was a one-person show that was having problems getting any people on board, but obviously you don't really have a corporate culture challenge or even a business culture challenge until you have apparently 10 people. But I just mined it for insights that I thought would add to how I see it, and I got plenty, absolutely plenty. And the main thing was that he reaffirmed with me that I needed to see enthusiasm as one of the top reasons for bringing anybody on board, and enthusiasm for the content, not for the money as such, because it's not really a ticket for big wealth for anybody in the short term. They can learn a lot, but everything's in total review. I'm in crisis land. I got $50 in the business account and $50 in personal. The van cost me over $3,000, and nearly all of my productive time in May was downtime. And whenever I had the van back, it was running average, and we had rain, so I couldn't get jobs done. And then we had lockdown. So it's interesting. This is the biggest stretch I've had since the start of the whole COVID right now. I will send you some money. Don't worry. That'll, in about 10 days, I'll be more cashed up, and I'll send a payment. But that came at an interesting time. I'll tell you that email as well. It's just that I am having a little crisis, but I think I'm handling it well, and I'm just sorting everything out. Yeah, I'm working really hard, and that's all you can do. I think by the end of this week, I'll probably have about $1,500 in the business account, and then but in about 10 days' time, I've got about $2,000 worth of outgoings for end of month. So I just really, I just wrestle with the psychology of demoralization, with the physicality, and whenever all my jobs gets into a 7-day period for like 2 weeks worth of work, I've got to be Superman again, and I'm starting to feel like I'm 90 some days. I'm just 50. Everyone's telling me how young I am, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. So people say, you will be so fit doing what you're doing. I'm like, I know I'm probably 30 times fitter than you, but I probably shouldn't be operating at more than 10 times your productivity, or it is too much for any human. No matter how fit I am, it's too much.
Yeah, so I understand. So you talked to Steve and Heather, both of them, or just Steve? Just Steve. Yeah. He was in his office. He reminded me of some of the coolest people that I watch on YouTube. Really cool. So I attended a workshop with him. Is the one that I think he probably mentioned. So it was 9 hours each day on Tuesday and Wednesdays, right before you. So I just had to, I wasn't available at the time because I had to make up for all those times, but really good content. So I don't know if he offered to you an affiliate position. I'm sure if you introduce him to some companies, then he'll do the work with his coaches and consultants, and you can just for referring, you can make some really nice.
He didn't clarify for me any business reason to be talking to me. I think it felt like it was just something he was following through that he offered.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I was concerned, to be honest, that I wasn't properly pre-profiled to the call. I mean, who I am and what I am isn't a secret with the mastermind or anything. You know, I'm way more than a human freak. Right? For what I did from 17 to 25 is more than some people's lifetimes. From 25 to 32, again, more than people's lifetimes. And I lost a lot of people. My dad died and everything was going on. And I moved house 14 times. And then what I did from 32 to 40 was freak zone. Then I crashed in life for the second time after crashing at 23 when I was like homeless and had nothing. And, you know, and my best friend was killed in an accident. My other friend suicided and all this shit. So you get to a point, like my trip is wisdom, but my persona is not the wise person. My persona is the business manager. So it's like I'm the hippie and the exec in the one person. And it's been a long merger, you know. That's why I've got a lot of reverence towards people in management and understand project management and how to keep things calm and make them go well and get the right result. And all the technologies that go with that, but all the touchy-feely stuff that's been the revolution of my lifetime, you know, the women getting more empowered and equally paid, and men actually listening to women on community boards, and where then everybody benefits from a proper holistic natural insight in marriage rather than in competition for policy and everything. So I've been a big advocate for all of that stuff all of my life. And I had the Christian thing, and I went across to the, you know, alternatives, you know, the numerology and astrology and everything. And I ended up thinking they're okay. I put them all together now as believers, even the occultists, the Christians, everybody, because you got two kinds of people that believe something's going on and people that really believe nothing's going on. It's all the danger is abuse. Those people can do whatever they want because there's no consequence in their model. They tip that toxic petrol in that river so they can fill it up with water after, without knowing that it goes somewhere, because they don't have that. And in the numerology, I discovered this. I thought, okay, these people do that. These people, it's like what we look at, and we're all looking at different stuff, which is why if we want to not be in danger, we've got to listen to what everybody sees.
Sure.
And but you know, I had a great little chat. He inspired me a lot. I do want to take people on. I promised him coaching earlier this year. It happened around May, but I don't think it's going to happen until spring now, until there's really the work there. But I'm into preemptive culture creation. Whether he thinks I need to create a corporate culture plan before I've got anyone or not. If I want to go from one person to 50 people really fast, I really need to know what culture I am going to be driving. And it's got a lot to do with a combination of happy-go-lucky, slightly cowboy, we can do anything, as well as almost that German level of quality. You wouldn't find this person accidentally break a watering system and not fix it. You know, everything will be A1, you know, and the communication with the customer, the presentation on the job, the timeliness to the job, all the things that matter, and the strength and the knowledge and the joy of life. But I'm chasing people that aren't 23 and got dropped out of construction industry because of attitude problems or whatever. I can't have a strong young person with no future that wants a cash job. And I just, even though any of my peers that have got people working with them, that's who they go for. They say to me, just get your staff from the backpackers. Just put the label up on the backpackers and tell them you got a bit of labouring next week, $100 a day. And then you get all this, you think about, because I'll get busted by work cover. We're a police state. You can't just do things wrong on a building site. They randomly audit, they do plainclothes stuff. You've got to, and I'm not accredited in, my business got some real holes, you know. I'm accredited by 10 years on the job. I haven't got pieces of paper with everything. I do it better than the person next to me, and I've got a trail of referrals that say that. So I'm kind of safe in the real world. I'm not really that safe in the government world. And I'm behind on tax as well. And it's a really big challenge to get 2 years together. Anyway, that's the culture thing was just, it's fascinating. And I really wanted to get information from him about the Gen Y, millennial, the shift, because I mean, they do have this entitlement thing going on, and sure. I get it. Like, I so get both sides, you know. We used to treat people badly. We underpaid them. And now they're like, we're not doing it until, and that makes sense. It's like everyone's become a huge union member of how things have got to be done now.
Yeah.
And I think it's astrological. I think it's in the air, you know, and all the coaching around the world, it feels like a big, intuitive, humanly uptaken task to lift everyone up to the new concept of respecting the environment, respecting each other, respecting the job at hand, and being players in this new. But I think still we've got to find the personal responsibility, and people still locking away, not getting it, not understanding it. And it's hard work to get somewhere, and people don't seem to want to work very hard at all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's a real problem there. So that's anyway, any input? What do you want? Do you want to share some of your stuff you're going through for a minute, and I'll give you my thoughts or whatever?
Yeah, I try to put everything I go through in the newsletter, so I don't have to repeat.
I do read them.
Good job. So here, I just summarize it. Keep in touch with them is a wealth of information. You may see me, and you can ask him that information about the different generations. And then since you're going to see your family, sometimes, that drive, of course, stay awake, bring your coffee, but that drive
is great.
Gives you the best ideas. And so now that you have all this new knowledge, think about how you can apply it to your business in the next 6 months. I think that can help you.
Back when I studied management, I was very intrigued by the concept of non-financial remuneration, because it was in those intangibles. As a numerologist, I was always looking at what people really wanted out of things, because that's where that answer is. And I thought, well, it was for me. He said to me, the younger folk, they're very, very much in it for what they can get out of it. And if we look at that without judging it or saying it's bad or hard to work with, you've just got to package things in that way. And there's I've had a lot of help from people with my depot and stuff, just to give them a couple of plants to take home. And they've been young folk that have gone, oh, I'd love to have that. I'm like, I can give you one of them. Do you want to give me a hand moving some stuff around, and I'll give you one of them. Now, they don't realize it. They might have been fighting for $30 an hour minimum wage or whatever, but they just did an hour's help for $10. Sure. But the plant, they would have had to go looking for that plant. They wouldn't have bought one that was from my garden, all that stuff. And so I really got to somehow make the knowledge I can impart, both the wisdom of living and the plant world, and how the two marry and how I use the two to keep living it, to give something to the person, package it up so they want a bit of that. And then, because the real issue for me now is going to be, how can I bring a team size on board without having the resources to pay them until after they know what they're doing, which they don't.
Sure. But you are very creative. So just like you did with that young person, maybe you'll be surprised of what they may like in exchange that may not cost anything to you.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I thought about it. Like, imagine a really dodgy thing, like a team game sort of thing. There's 20 people and everybody has to do 3 things. They have to take 1 wheelbarrow of mulch from the bottom of the property to the top of the hill and drop it. And they have to carry 3 plants. They have to do all this thing, right? And they get this special certificate of introduction to works around the horticultural depot. Yeah. I really build it all up, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it doesn't have to be hard, and it's all token gesture stuff. Yeah. And I give them a certificate. It's perfect. I've got to play what's been played against me. You know what I mean? With where did you go to school? Or, I could say, look, this guy's worked with me. That's worth something. Any other gardener will take that on now. They can ring me up to see how I do things. They'll take you on because of it. Sure. Those sorts of.
Absolutely. So when you're ready next month or so, again, like Dr. Varada had the same issue because, she's retired now. She doesn't have any income. But so, and, again, for you guys, all of this goes to the nonprofit. But look, so I asked her for, you're gonna need a little bit of private coaching. Like this is where it's going right now, this conversation. But I don't have time now to start off a private session. But with the $65 donation, which again, $15 unfortunately goes to PayPal. But so you will I'll give you at least one private session a month, okay? And then you can always come to all the other group stuff events, okay? That's the price that I honor for her, and I'll do for you as well when you're
Look,
ready.
that it would be awesome. I've
But
got it on my list.
in
I've
detail
got it on my list to find $250 to
about your
transfer,
situation.
right? As quickly as I can. And so that'll be about 200 US.
Don't worry about the past. This is just moving forward. I don't look at the past.
Cool. Hey, with that mastermind, is there a replay link or something that I can check it out?
Which one?
The one I did on the numbers.
Yeah. I put it under, it's both on the website under Mastermind Replay, and it's also in the private Facebook group.
Yeah. I think the private,
Yeah. And I also put the audio, both. I put the audio that I podcast on there. It's all on there.
Cool. Have you got any other feedback of it? Has anyone checked it out that wasn't present that's given you feedback?
The feedback I got was all positive. Did anybody reach out to you for extra?
Highly confidentially, Shannon.
Okay, sure.
And we addressed it in our chat in the last coaching session because she's very, very religious, apparently, has very strong faith. Okay. And she mentioned that her friends had said, "Oh, what are you looking at numerology for? You know, it's from over there."
Yeah.
And I said to her, "Look, I sent her an email with some basics, and I said, if you want to do a Zoom call after this, I'll do it. I'll have a chat for another half an hour, whatever." And there was no money and talked about with it. I thought, look, so I did email with her a bit, but I said to her in the last coaching session, I said, well, I don't really think you need to pursue it at all if it's on the edge of what your integrity of things has, you know. What I've given you is harmless. There's nothing I believe from all experience can hurt your soul or your journey. It can help. Just the basics there. You don't need to dig into it. It's still a big battle for me to work that out, you know. There's truth and there's used it for good or use it for bad. It's the same truth.
Yeah.
And when it's very hard to know.
To add a little something in the private Facebook group so everybody can see it make a comment under the replays, okay? So everybody is reminded that you are available and willing to work one-on-one if they like. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Religion yourself, do you mind me asking? Do you do religion yourself? Are you like Catholic and stuff?
I was raised Catholic.
But now you're more science.
Yeah, I'm not religious at all right now. Yeah.
I get it.
But
you are
I deal with all religions, you know, in my practice, and I respect whatever works for everybody.
That comes across beautifully.
On my path is their path. If it helps them, I support them fully. Yeah.
Because there was a very interesting religious aspect in the comments today, wasn't there? It was very interesting. 8 children.
Yeah. But she's no longer religion, she said.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's like, okay, I gave it my all. I gave it to everything. I gave it my life to compliance. And now I'm like, whoa. And that's just, you know, it's what a journey. That's a difficult journey.
So I'm still recording, by the way. I hadn't stopped the recording. So
you can cut it. You can cut it if you need, I hope. Get it there, edit it out.
Anything. Okay.
No, the team's fabulous. I think the mastermind went so well, to be honest, because I think people just like me and they supported me and were happy for me to give it a go. The content's really, it goes, I'll tell you from a counseling point of view, numerology. I had a leading psychologist that was a partner of mine for 10 years. She did psychology for Victorian government or the EAP services. And she did it for all these people. And she said to me, you know, I tell my friends, my colleagues, that I can, we give this guy one name and first name and a birth date confidentially, and he will save me 6 to 16 sessions getting to the deepest of the deep of the deep of the structural issues.
Yeah. And
it's amazing content. But it blew me away and it had me thinking humanity is so young. We are so young.
Some people are not willing to use it, but it's okay. I'm glad you exposed us to all of it, and then people can use it when they're ready. All right, my dear, I have to wrap it up. Stay strong, enjoy your actions and planning that drive. I'm excited for you. And let's have a grand finale for this month, quarter and semester, okay? The next one will be better.
Totally. Thanks again. You're great.
And you too. Have a great rest of the week. Stay in touch. Bye, Michael.
Thanks, Lena.
Ciao.
Cheers.